Yo, welcome back to another Division 2 video. I appreciate you guys clicking on today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my next build video that I appreciate you guys are going to do. Thanks for watching and goodbye. I've lost the plot, you know that. I've really lost the plot. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you just smash that subscribe button first of all. Now I just want to say you guys can join the Discord. I'm going to pin a link to my Discord in the comment section, so make sure you scroll down during this video, click on that link and then click accept invite so you can become a family of the addicted. You guys can link up in there, talk, communicate, build discussions, PvP join ups, PvE join ups, raids, anything. It's a small community in there, but I'm trying and I'm going to promote it as much as I can for you guys. But without further ado, I might as well just get into the build video over here. But let me do it over here this time with my JTF guys. I might just do it just down here. But yeah, let's just get straight into this build. So as you can see, my shade level is still bad. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. We're running 1.4 million armor. We've got 1-piece Femrus, 2-piece System Corruption, 5-piece 2-piece 511, and 1-piece Killer. Now before I get into this build, I just want to say there is a lot of things that I want to change throughout the build, and I will be explaining that. So like we always do, we're going to get into the weapons before we go into anything else onto the build. We're using an MP5 and an AK. You must be looking at this and thinking, Division Addiction, what's going on with you recently? You're really doing stupid stuff by trying different things and doing all of this. If you've been subscribed to the channel, firstly, I just want to say this is what I always used to use, and you guys would know that if you've been subscribed. This is my gun that I would always go for ARs. I just used to love it. It used to really hit hard in the old patches that we had, and I came back to it and I kind of like it again. So I guess it's my favorite AR again. A lot of you guys would say this is trash, etc. If it's hitting nice for me, I mean, I'm happy. We got 81k damage on there, which is pretty high for an AR. If we compare it to our, FAMAS or Police M4, it's a big improvement. So if you get your shots with this, it's really nice. The attributes are pretty, decent on here. We got a nice one of 9.5% crit chance, which is gonna go towards this build pretty good. Now the main talent on both of these weapons is preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Now the headshot kills improves the repair by additional 10%. So if you're a headshot guy, this is going to be your talent. Now recently, because I moved to ARs, I haven't been using them for a while. I've been trying to get headshots, and when I tell you I got headshots with this gun and I was in a gunfight, it was a 2v1, I'm telling you, I healed like crazy. And because we got it on our MP5 as well, you're going to realize why we have an SMG and an assault rifle and not just a double AR. So I'll be getting into that, but I don't really need to cover this weapon because I did in my last build, and I think for this build I'm not really using it. So you guys have probably already guessed what talent I'm using, but let's just get straight into this build. For the 2 skills on this build, I'm running the Defender Drone and the Jammer. Now the reason why I'm running the Jammer is because this can just get rid of the bleed hives and the seekers that come in towards you, the defender drones that people are using. You can quickly get rid of that and you can continue fighting, because I find if a bleed hive hits me and I have no hazard protection, I'm done. Simple, plain and simple, I'm done. And I'm going to be honest, yes, if you use this against a bleed hive tier 6, you're going to struggle. You got to make sure that you know when to push and you know when not to push and when to pop your medkit. However, what synergizes with the pulse is preservation, because when I destroy a skill, I get preservation procced. And the reason for that is because killing an enemy repairs my armor. Destroying an enemy skill is going to count as a kill. So that's why, oh, that rhymed. Destroying an enemy skill is going to count as a kill. Get round there with my AK, it's going to do a mill. Hey, I ain't even going to rap too much, and let me just get back into the talents, But yeah, preservation is going to proc from the jammer because it's going to act like you killed an enemy when you destroyed their skill. So that's what's nice. I would suggest running the jammer right now because a lot of people are using skills, etc. So you can just jam them, get them out of the way and continue to fight. So yeah, jammer, defender drone. Just wanted to get them 2 out of the way because sometimes I do forget them. Alright, let's get into the gear pieces. So for the mask, we're running a System Corruption mask. You probably like, addiction, System Corruption? Yeah. We got 2 pieces on, which is giving us 15% armor on kill. So you probably guessed, yes, armor and kill. This is what I'm going towards on this build. For the core attribute on top, we got armor regen and crit chance. Now before I go over the rest of the build, I just want to say, if you're running a crit chance build and you're trying to get as much crits as you can, do not go for gear set items. And the reason I say that is because you only get one attribute. For your normal brand set items, you get 2 attributes. On top of that, you might get an offensive mod slot which can give you crit chance. For example, this mask here, I've got crit chance and crit damage. So you want to make sure, if you're going towards crit builds and all that stuff, if you're new to division, etc., because I know some of you guys are, do not build towards a crit chance with gear set items. I do not suggest it. If you want to do it, it's up to you. Got ephemeris chest. Now this is terrible. The core attribute on top is not what I want. I'd rather have 15% weapon damage, but at the end of the day, my builds are templates and I do improve them. So this is just for you to go over and see what maybe you could do with it, change it up. But this is how I run it for now, because everything I get is not perfect, and that's the division for you. However, on this build, I'm not really stacking into weapon damage, and I'm going to explain why in a second. But we got crit damage, crit chance, and a crit chance mod slot on there, alongside unbreakable. What does unbreakable do? Most of you guys know this now. When your armor is depleted, it repairs 95% of your armor in PvE. But in PvP, it repairs 50%. Now, some of you guys might say, why are you not running a perfectly, unbreakable chest? Because it only gives me an extra 5%. I'm not gonna sacrifice a piece just to use this to get an extra 5%. You know what I'm saying? This is not what I'm gonna do. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get back into it. So the reason I'm running this is just for more survivability. And with this build, you're gonna see a lot of things that's gonna synergize together to kind of keep me alive and keep me in these gunfights. So with an unbreakable, I would suggest running 2-piece 511 because it's going to give you 15% incoming repairs. On top of that, I would say run an R&K piece, and I'm going to get into that in a second, because that R&K piece, having 1 on, gives you 15% incoming repairs. What does incoming repairs do? It helps with anything that's incoming towards you. So for example, unbreakable, it's going to be repairing your armor, which means I can improve incoming repairs to help the unbreakable give me 100% armor back instead of the 55 that we get in PvP, or 50. So yeah guys, that's just a quick information, because some of you might not know, and I just like to do this every video so that all the new people that watch, they can understand this, because I know some of you guys are always watching, it's just like, just get on with the video. But yeah, holster, system corruption, weapon damage, armor regen. Simple as that. I would rather have armor on top instead of weapon damage, to be honest with you, to be a little bit more tanky. Now, knee pad. I like to change this knee pad. I'm just going to say straight up to an R&K knee pad, and the reason why I would do that is for the 15% incoming repairs. That's going to help towards unbreakable, and it's going to help me survive a bit more, because right now the unbreakable doesn't help as much as I need it to. However, this knee pad is just a mad thing. Brother, look at this. +1 skill tier. I don't want that. Crit chance, crit damage. I could change crit damage for armor regen, but I need this armor, guys. I need armor. I'm really fussy with my builds like that, so this is why I went and chose the Gila for now. Guys, this is not my final decision, but for now, for the template and for when I play, until I get better pieces, I'm going to use a Gila, which is giving me 5% total armor. We've got a core attribute of armor on top there, and we got armor regen and crit chance again. We got a nice maxed out armor regen there too. So if you're using armor regen and all these other stats, you want to make sure you get it the highest you can. I know it's hard, guys. It's a grind, it's a farm, but just keep getting them library stats up and make sure you recalibrate. Just make sure you're always recalibrating. Now guys, this is what we're going to be getting into. We got Death Grips gloves, and it's a named piece of gloves which is going to give me 5% armor on kill. It's that simple. It's a 511 piece, and we've got 2 of these on. 10% health and 15% incoming repairs. That's what it gives us. We got a roll of armor on top, of course, because we're trying to be tanky. We've got a max armor regen and 5% armor on kill, like I said. So you guys have probably been looking around the build now and realizing what I'm doing. Yes, I'm stacking towards armor on kill and armor regen. We're gonna get to the end of the build so I can explain everything to you guys. Backpack, we got a 511. We got a max roll of armor on top. We got 12% crit damage. We got explosive resistance there. Of course, I wouldn't want that. I would rather have armor regen there. But we got a mod slot of 17k armor on kill, which is what I wanted. I don't want incoming repairs because I know it's going to help my unbreakable. I get that, guys, but for this build and what I'm going to show you in a second, it's vital that I have that mod sword there. Okay, so before I get into the backpack talent, for the people that don't really understand, I'm using an AK and an SMG. Why am I using these two weapons? Backpack talent versatile. Amplifies total weapon damage for 10 seconds when swapping between your primary and secondary weapons if they are different. For example, if I was to use the SMG and a shotgun, I'd get 35% total weapon damage within 15 meters. If I was using marksman rifles and rifles, I'd get an extra 35% weapon damage further than 25 meters. But for me, I'm using an assault rifle and an SMG. Now, I can switch between anyone I like because it's going to give me damage, but for me, the main part of this build, what I'm using is the assault rifle to get headshots. And I'm going to explain why I'm getting headshots in a second. We got 10% to enemies between 15 and 25 meters for assault rifles and LMGs. I'm not using an LMG, but for the assault rifle bit, yes, that's what I'm using it for. And because it hits hard enough and it's giving me extra, damage here and there, that's what's helping mainly. And I'm not trying to max out crits on this build or anything. I'm going for survivability and just to be a little bit tanky and to still hit kind of hard. You can see I've gone for mostly armor regen across the build. Now, if we go to our stats, let me just show you guys. For my SMG, of course, you can look at the crit chance if you like, but I haven't gone towards this, so it's not going to be good. 50% crit chance, 54% crit damage. For the AR, 34% crit chance, 54% crit damage. Now, let's just go to the main part of the build on what I want to talk about, and that's armor on kill. And as you can see, we've got quite a lot. We got 452k armor on kill. So some of you may not know, what does armor on kill do? It's in the name, guys. When you get a kill, you're gonna get armor back, and whatever your armor on kill is, that's what you're gonna get back. So I'm gonna get back 452k every time I get a kill. What does this synergize with? Armor regeneration. When I'm running around or running away from someone, my armor is going to be regenerating. I'm going to have to pop a med kit for this to happen, etc. This is just going to be regenerating by itself. If I get damaged and my armor's going down, it's going to start regenerating. But depending on the amount you have, it can be much better and not as slow, but it can be improved, and it can help in certain situations. Now, before I go to the base and show you guys how this synergizes with my weapon talent and my pieces, etc., I just want to say these two things in the game right now are very situational. And when I say situational, I mean you can't just go and put this build on, go into the dark zone or conflict and be like, yeah, I can murk everyone, I can kill everyone. No, this is not what this build is about. It's about situations on when you can use this build. So say if I'm doing a 2v1 and I kill the first person, I down him, I get the armor on kill, my armor is regenerating and I can kill the second guy. This is what this build is about. Yeah, for the incoming repairs, we've only got 15%, which is terrible for the unbreakable. I do know that. So I will be getting an RNK knee pad to improve that. Let's just go to the base and I'm going to show you how all of these talents, stats, and everything across the build synergizes together. So I get a kill, preservation and armor on kill proc together. And as you can see, I'm nearly at half bar within one kill. And I know I have to get kills to make these things proc, but in certain situations, this is gonna work. Especially if you have a good amount of unbreakable within the build. You got heals on your team, and then we get a second kill. I'm nearly at full bar. So it just shows you I need 2 kills and I'm gonna be back at full bar. Headshots kills improves the repair by additional 10%. So if we get headshots, it's going to improve the repair that we're going to be getting. So we got 1 headshot and armor on kill. And as you can see, I'm over halfway on the bar. So guys, if you can hit headshots with this and you can get them down, this is going to be nice. That's all I'm saying. This is the second kill. And as you can see, preservation and armor and kill are working together. And I'm basically at full bar. Literally. And just to make sure, so you guys know, armor and kill proc straight away. So if you look carefully, boom. You see that big flash of bar? That's armor and kill. It doesn't take long to proc or take long to, regenerate. That's just preservation. And let me get something straight. When I'm demonstrating this to you guys right now, the armor regen is not working because I'm not in combat. You guys, if you want to make this into a PvE build and you don't think this would be suitable for PvP, you could make everything on this build reds. You could go for all crit chance with no armor regen and just mainly go for the armor on kill. You could do something like that and just be squishy with damage, with crits, and literally have unbreakable or efficient or even glass cannon to destroy NPCs but get armor on kill every time. But we're using a gun as specialization. The reason is because we get this med kit here. Armor kits repair 100% armor and grants 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. So this is just gonna make us a little bit more tanky, and I guess that's what we're trying to go towards in this build. Yes, I could have went for the firewall, but the reason why I didn't go for the firewall is because of this stat here. Killing enemies grants 10% armor. What does that mean? That's 10% extra armor on kill. And that is why my armor on kill is at 452k. If I just activate the firewall, you guys can now see that I've only got 300k armor on kill. It's still a lot, so this is something you guys could do. This is why I'm showing you. You guys could switch to this. You want the medkit from firewall, etc. You could use this and just say no, 300k armor on kill is enough for me. But for me, I'm trying to maximize this build as much as I can with armor on kill. All this stuff that I want to synergize together. That's the reason why I've done it like this. So I just want to say, I do know by equipping 3-piece skiller is going to give me 1% armor regen. Having a percentage on the armor regen is more than having the stat. I do know that, and it would give me a lot of armor regen. The most I could probably get to is around 60k for me anyway, or 50k. But I just feel like that would ruin the whole concept of this build. I wouldn't be able to run certain pieces because I would have to run 3-piece skiller, that's 3 pieces taken up already, and then I would have to run 2-piece golem, which gives me, you know, 1%, another 1% armor regen, and I don't want to use status effects. And then I would have to run a Murakami knee pad, which gives me 1% armor regen, because I know you can get a knee pad like that. But it's just something I wouldn't do with a build like this. I would have to change everything up, change the talents. You know what I'm saying? This is not what I would do. But yeah, you guys can do whatever you want. For example, you guys could use a chest piece like this. A Sokolov chest piece, which is going to give you SMG damage, and you can roll armor regen on the chest. But for me at the moment, I just wanted to go with, you know, my gut choice, which was the Fenris. I mean, I might do it at some point just to see how much more armor regen I get when playing, but I just feel like having that 30% crit chance on an AR is decent, and I don't really want to take that away. It's not amazing. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We're so close to 6k subscribers. I mean, even Ben in the back is just waiting. He's waiting on me to get there because he's going to send me about, I think it's 20 million. He said he's going to send me. So yeah, please guys, keep your eyes out on the community wall today. Around in the afternoon or in the evening, I'm going to be posting my new series that's coming to the channel. Yeah man, I got so many new things coming to the channel, and I just would appreciate if you guys stuck around and just heard me out for a second, you know? just hear me out, just hear me out. But yeah man, it's been Division Addiction. I hope you enjoyed today's build video. It's been Division Addiction, and I'm gonna go to bed because what is the time right now? We're gonna do a live check of the time. It is 4:23 AM. You see what I do for you guys? Yeah, you guys must be sick of me already, man. Anyway, I'm out.